Shalom and greetings, Bnei Israel. My name is Tal, and in this video, I will be discussing the 8th month of the Hebrew calendar, Chodesh HaShemini, also known as Bul. And just a recap that the celestial bodies are used to reckon time. Elohim created the sun, moon, and stars to determine time. Their movement and or visibility to the naked eye determine the length of time for the day, which is 24 plus hours, the week, which is 7 days, and the year, which is 365 plus days, and help us to discern when the Moedim will occur, including the month. We find this in the book of Bereshit or Genesis during the creation narrative of the 4th day. And these verses are taken from Bereshit or Genesis, chapter 1, verses 14 through 19. And Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs," in Hebrew, otot, and for seasons, in Hebrew, moedim, and for days, yamim, and years, shanim. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Elohim made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. Just a reminder that included within the Moedim is the month, or the head of the month, Rosh Chodesh, which is the new moon. And that is a moed, or a appointed time commanded by the Almighty for the nation of Israel to observe. And just a recap of the months of the Hebrew calendar, we'll be focusing on the 8th lunar month. The names of the months of the Hebrew calendar were ordinal numbers, such as the 8th month, Chodesh HaShemini, and the informal name given to these months was a condition that prevailed during that month. The informal name for the 8th month was Bul, and the condition description of what it means is rain in context for crops. The 8th month occupied the second month on the second position on the civil calendar. It occurred in the fall, anywhere between October and November on the Gregorian calendar. The 8th month, Chodesh HaShemini, is the 8th month of the biblical year and the second month of the civil year on the Hebrew calendar. Rainfall usually continues to intensify during the 8th month. In ancient Israel, the planting season for grain continued during the 8th month. Except for Rosh Chodesh and Shabbat, there are no Moedim, or fast days, in the 8th month, also known as Chodesh HaShemini. The informal name for the 8th month on the Hebrew calendar was Bul. The word Bul is of Canaanite Phoenician origin, and it means rain, specifically rain for crops. Bul is mentioned in the scriptures in 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 38. And just a reminder that the Canaanites and the Phoenicians were conquered and colonized by the Bnei Israel. The Bnei Israel imposed upon these peoples language, culture, and reckoning of time. Therefore, the Canaanites and the Phoenicians spoke the same language as the Bnei Israel, used the same calendar, and had the same names for the calendar months of the year. The 8th month on the Hebrew calendar, just like any other month, begins with the sighting of the new moon. The 8th month is actually the second new moon of the fall. And the new moon is the first visible crescent, that is a sliver that indicates the start of a new lunar cycle. The 8th month lasts 29 or 30 days and occurs in the fall, as we mentioned before, anywhere from October to November on the Gregorian calendar. Just like all the months on the Hebrew calendar, the 8th month underwent a name change after the Babylonian captivity, or I should rather say during the Babylonian captivity. Bull continued to be the name for the 8th month, that is the informal name, until the Babylonian captivity. During the Babylonian captivity, the name of the 8th month on the Hebrew calendar was changed to Marsh Heshvan, or Heshvan for short. The word Heshvan is from the Akkadian word Warasamnu, meaning 8th month. As the previous year's harvest was winding down, farmers in ancient Israel began sowing seed for next year's harvest, and this continued in the 8th month. During the 8th month, certain fruit crops were still being harvested. Olives and dates were still these harvests were usually completed by the end of Bull, or the 8th month, and the winding down of the harvest season became known as the final ingathering. During the 8th month, farmers in ancient Israel plowed the land and planted grain for the next harvest season in the spring and summer. Just a reminder, the grain crops in ancient Israel included barley, wheat, and oats. Grain was planted in the fall. The early or former rains of the rainy season continued during Bull, or the 8th month, when the seeds in the ground relied on rains for sustenance to grow and mature into viable crops. During the 8th month, or Bull, the Bnei Israel continued to pray for rain, especially if no significant rain had fallen by the 8th month. As I said before, the only Moedim, or fast days that occur in the 8th month were Rosh Chodesh and Shabbat. However, the Ethiopian community, Beta Israel, celebrates the holiday of Sigd on the 29th day of the 8th month, 50 days after Yom HaKippurim. And just some notable events that occurred during the 8th month in Bnei Israel history. First, the first holy temple built by King Solomon was completed during the 8th month. Zechariah, son of Barachiah, received his first prophetic word from the Almighty, telling him that if the people would turn unto him, he would turn to them. On the 15th day of the 8th month, King Jeroboam of the northern kingdom, Israel, held an alternative feast to Hag HaAsif or Sukkot in Bethel. By this time, the northern kingdom was doing their own things, whatever they wanted to do, and walking in disobedience to the commandments of Yehovah. With that being said, please like and share our videos and subscribe to our channel. Please click on the notification bell to receive notifications when we post new videos. Please also visit our website at byinitiative.com. Thanks for watching.